My Adventures with Superman is the first Superman movie I've ever really watched. Yeah, and I like it. I mean, technically, it's not exactly the first movie I've ever watched, but you get the point. So, a little bit of a history of my childhood regarding these movies. I'm not really the kid that grew up with these movies. But yeah, I do remember watching a Superman movie when I was a kid. I think it was the very first Superman movie I've ever really watched. Starring Christopher Reeves? Yeah, the very first Superman movie, and I only remember this specific scene. Yeah, I got mistaken. It turns out it was the second Superman movie. And throughout the years in my childhood, I do actually also remember watching Man of Steel, but I haven't really got to absorb it because I was the topic was too heavy for me to take in because I was a child or I was a kid, and I didn't get to really integrate it that much. Yeah. Oh well, I gave it a watch again and I actually enjoyed it. It's actually so nice. One of the best Superman movies out there, actually. So there are really a lot of Superman movies out there. Some hardly catch my eye, some hardly just even get my attention at all. But when I got wind of My Adventures with Superman, I actually got enamored by it. I first glance when I actually encountered it, especially through and YouTube Shorts and a lot of video clips that on YouTube, I got excited and exactly my eye. I because I think I was around 18 years old at that time, but I didn't give it an attempt to watch. So I actually live in the Philippines. When Max released in the Philippines, I thought that I get to buy Max, I get to buy HBO Max, and get to watch My Adventures with Superman there because I did a lot of scrolling, I did a lot of searching that you can only access My Adventures with Superman there, and my hopes got high. So immediately when Max released, I bought the subscription and watched immediately My Adventures with Superman. So I gave it one try. I actually gave it one try. I watched the series for around in a span of 2 days. I actually consumed 8 episodes in just a day, and then I continued the rest in tomorrow after. So after watching those, I immediately got curious as to how other Superman movies look like. So I did a lot of scrolling through TV. I scrolled through my laptop, my phone, did a lot of research. For a small amount of time, I got fixated in this Superman character everyone was praising about, everyone was talking about. I actually thought, why not give those movies a try that everyone has been discussing about? So I gave Superman Justice League X Ruby movie a chance, and I watched it, and I actually didn't like it that much because it's heavy for me, despite it having this childlike presence. It's very heavy for me that these characters got severe issues, severe insecurities, which I didn't like very much, but at least they got good character development. And then I gave the second movie a try, which was better. It redeemed itself in the second movie because it actually developed the plot a lot better, but it still didn't fit to my preferences. I think I also I watched the first Superman movie, I got Christopher Reeve one, and I liked it. However, I was surprised, I was very very surprised that Miss Taskmaster kissed Superman, which Superman shouldn't have allowed because he's very loyal to Lois Lane. I just have different values, that's all. I also actually watched the live action Justice League one starring, was he again? That popular Superman one? Henry Cavill, and starring Gal Gadot and many other stars. It was strange for me. It was a new information or knowledge for me. I got taken aback. It was very heavy. I watched that before watching the prerequisite movies, so at least I got the hang of it. I understood it, but I didn't enjoy it. But the movie was still nice. I believe it was still nice. The CG production was superb and everything. After watching those movies and actually comparing it with Superman movies, and specifically My Adventures with Superman, I started to notice why I gravitate towards my adventures with Superman. Maybe before I spoke about values, now talking right now about values, I guess it just resonated with my values, and I guess it just resonated with my values a lot because my adventures with Superman is very lighthearted, very easy, very kind for me. I'm not actually that exposed to a lot of heavy movies despite being an adult, but that's what actually makes my adventures with Superman good because it just kind of fit into my liking. And the plot was good. I understood it a lot. It was very light for me to understand and understand more of Clark Kent's character and Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen and other characters, and I got to keep up with the pace. My adventures with Superman is not actually that popular, but I guess those traits is what makes my adventures with Superman very good and likable because people like me or people in my demographic would often prefer those instead of very heavy topics, instead of those traumas, dilemmas, and whatever. Because my adventures with Superman dealt with it in such a genius way, in such, how do you call this? It was a smart move for them, for the show to be that easygoing, to be easily absorbed, easily integrated. So, as a first time Superman watcher and Superman, enthusiast, I'm actually glad to have my adventures with Superman, I'm glad to have my foundation on it. I mean, my Superman DC Universe foundation on it. So because of my adventures with Superman, I got introduced to a lot of Superman movies, Batman movies, and this type of stuff. So I actually like DC, and yeah, I'm kind of been binge watching a lot of DC movies right now. So yeah, those are what make my adventures with Superman good. So because of that excitement and enjoyment, I splurged and bought merchandise just at that mall. I bought the Superman t-shirt and I bought the Funko keychain merchandise from Shopee, and I actually liked it. I mean, you can still see it here. This one, I like it. Yeah, I guess towards all of the DC superheroes, I gravitate towards Superman more because I like his morals, his attitudes, his attributes and values more. I'm not really that biased or subjectively inclined to his superpowers, but more on what makes him a character, what constitutes him as a person, as even though he's Kryptonian, and what constitutes him as this character that fits into society as a human being, a kind person, a very hopeful and courageous person. So I guess that's why I like Superman. So I'm glad to have known my adventures with Superman Clark Kent. I actually prefer him as the Clark Kent, as the Superman of all the universes. I guess that's why I love my adventures with Superman. I just like discussing about it because I wanted to share. Maybe there's other people like me out there who likes my adventures with Superman because we can talk about it, we can discuss about it. My adventures with Superman is really a good movie. So I guess you should give it a chance, you should give it a watch. Thanks. Bye.